My character chart informs my creative choices because my chart and creative piece both revolve around symbols that represent Florence and other characters important in her life. It also shows the things surrounding her growth, how she was able to grow, and what she grew into. My work represents my character's internal emotions, like the word wild, which is something she was told ended up affecting how she saw herself. I thought this is important to add because these words are something that she accepts about herself in the end, even though she couldn't accept these things and thought bad about. Some conflicts my piece shows are her being a slave, which are represented by the chains, and the hardship and the pain she faces throughout her life, which is shown by the red rose, representing blood or hardship. My piece shows her character arc from the emblems on the jacket, from Lena's hammock, which is representing Lena, and the word love, to the end, the fluttering white thing in the middle, to the heart, which in it is the leather, which is representing Mistress, and like how important Mistress was to Florence. And when you open it, it shows a heart, which is like showing the journey Florence had to take for Mistress to help her get the medicine from the blacksmith, but also how the journey was important to her to go see the one she loved. This is really cool. It also shows the word Mina May at the top, which is one of the things I think the whole character of Florence revolves around. My creative component explores the idea of one of the choice that her Mina May made, which in giving her away, kind of is all connected to everything Florence does, how she thinks, especially how she thinks about love with the blacksmith, and how she searches for love, and all the choices she makes is all linked together to the one choice that her Mina May made, which was giving her away. Which she, in the chapter with the village people, we see how she starts to think that maybe there's something wrong with her, and that's why she was given away. So like that one choice affects how she sees herself, affects how she feels about herself. The jacket has 4 colors: red, green, brown, and black. The colors all have meanings: red representing hardship and the pain, green and brown representing growth, and black representing her skin or what others see her as. The jacket goes from solid to mesh, and the words in the mesh represent what Florence hears throughout the book, what she uses to grow, and what she ends up thinking about herself in the end, using the words that once kept her from growing and turning them into words she now uses to define herself. Like wild, she now says she is wild and she is Florence, so that's who she is, and how she no longer is going to search for love, and that's not something she wants after what happened to the blacksmith. She kind of feels betrayed. That's why the words are in the green and brown, which represent growth. I have emblems on the jacket, like the hammock, representing Lena, and from each of the characters that I believe leave a big impact on her life. The main theme overall that I wanted my creative component to explore was motherhood, and how the loss of it for Florence created like this chain of problems that I talked about. It all kind of comes back to one thing, that one choice that she made, which I think is really cool to think about, how everything that Florence does could have been different if she stayed with her mom. But that's like I feel like that could be like a very big controversial thing, and like when people who say, what did her mother do the right thing, was giving her away the right thing, when you have to think about, we only know what happened when she was given away, and we don't know what could have happened, or something worse could have happened if she stayed with her mother, which I think is a really cool concept to explore, especially with Florence. Thank you. Some other things I wanted to add that I forgot in my video is that Florence, and like the name Florence means in Latin like blooming and prospering, which is another cool thing when talking about Florence's growth and her growth in the book. Another thing I wanted to talk about is how Florence's whole, like, everything she goes through is very much different from all the other characters, because in the book we see all the other characters go through, like, the loss of not being a mother, or the loss of children, or like in Sorrow's, like, her being the only one, or how she changed for the better when she had a child after she had her daughter. In Florence's case, she's the only one that's, like, showing the effect that losing a mother or losing a parental figure that you need has on you. So, yeah.